I'm Catherine Moore. My family's history changed how I see survival. For most of my life, I thought survival was something that happened to a person. I thought it was a single event. You go through something difficult, you survive it, and then you move on. But I learned more about my family history. I realized survival can travel through generations. I'm a descendant of the Parker family in Texas. Nearly 190 years ago, family members of mine lived through the Fort Parker massacre. People were killed, families were separated, lives were changed forever. When I look at those stories, I don't just see tragedy, I see courage. I see people who faced circumstances they never asked for, still found a way to keep going. As a survivor of abuse myself, that history means something to me. There were times when I felt completely alone, times when I questioned whether I was strong enough to keep moving forward, times when giving up would have been easier. But when I look at the people who came before me, I remember something important. They didn't know what the future would look like either. They didn't know how their stories would end. They simply kept going. I think a lot of us underestimate what we carry inside of us. We focus on our pain, our setbacks, and our losses. We forget that resilience often comes from generations of people who endured difficult things before we were ever born. Their courage doesn't erase our struggles, but it reminds us that we come from people who survived. Today, when life feels overwhelming, I try to remember that. I am here because generations before me refused to quit. Maybe you're here for the same reason. Maybe survival is part of your story too.